Good afternoon. It is Tuesday, October 5th. Skipped yesterday. Played D&D with my buddies. It's fun. It's a good Monday. But today, I've been doing laundry, particular bedding. So, I'm going to try and get that done today so that I can have somewhere to sleep at some point. But it's also movie day. So, what do I want to watch for movie day? Movie day in October? Wow, maybe something a little spooky? Perhaps something that says ghost in the title. Perhaps something that Nick has told me like twice. You should watch those movies. I'm gonna watch Ghostbusters. Specifically, this is Ghostbusters 1 and 2. I'm not gonna watch both of them in one day. 2 movies in one day? Don't be crazy. No. I'm gonna watch just normal Ghostbusters. It's been a while since I've seen it. I mean, I've seen them. I don't know whether this is the one with the creepy painting or the one with the marshmallow, whatever. I don't know. I know one of them's 1, one of them's 2, but I don't know which is which. So I'm gonna watch it and I'm gonna find out. Then I'm gonna talk about it afterwards because that's what I do for movie day. So. I'm gonna watch Ghostbusters. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. And I would give Ghostbusters 7 out of 10. Wasn't bad. Bit funny. A little slightly scary elements at times, but mostly a comedy. Comedy with a little bit of horror elements, I suppose. And it was the one with the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Which, thinking of how things got put together, I was like, ooh, it's just the way that the story was told and what the main subject of the story was. It's good. Before I get ahead of myself, I'll read from the back of the box. Suit up for classic comedy. When Doctors Vinkman, Bill Murray, Stantz, Dan Aykroyd, and Spengler, Harold Ramis, suddenly find themselves downsized from the university's parapsychological department, they decide to go to the entrepreneurial route. I can speak English, it's fine. Anyways, chasing down ghastly ghosts, unappetizing apparitions, and the occasional insolent succubi. But the paratroopers of the paranormal face their greatest challenge when the beautiful Dana Barrett, Sigourney Weaver, discovers her refrigerator door leads directly to the gates of hell. They're stretching things a little bit there. Now, with the whole world watching, it's up to the Ghostbusters to keep Manhattan from becoming a madhouse in this hilariously haunting action comedy. Action comedy, that's a good descriptor for action comedy. That's what it is. So, early on, you get the main gist of characters. You got Bill Murray, who doesn't take it seriously, and we got a scientist that does take it seriously, and smart scientist who also takes it seriously. And they're thrown out. They're having to figure something out because, well, they've just finally seen an actual ghost, and now they no longer have a university to work out of. So they build the Ghostbusters headquarters and go into business for themselves. Wonderful. And then Sigourney Weaver comes along. They plant the seeds of this story. Of the story of Zul and Gota. These characters that are going to be for the big bad at the end. They start planting that at that point. Move forward. Most of the story is about them setting up a business, growing in popularity. Occasionally this intersects with things. Like all of a sudden, Sigourney Weaver's character goes from just thinking Bill Murray is basically a creep to kind of being interested in him, maybe, because he's getting famous and rich from his ghost busting. Anyway, so it kind of, intersects at times, but a lot of it is focusing on the story, the growing abilities that they have, hiring a fourth, just sort of someone to work. Not a doctor, not a scientist, he's just working with these guys to capture the ghosts. Things like that, just sort of the story. And this story leads up to this head of this environmental guy who's all uppity and like, you must be up to something. Ghosts aren't real. I'm gonna shut you down. Who eventually brings in electrician and the cop and a warrant and is like, we're shutting you down. And they're like, don't do that. That'll set all the ghosts free. That'll blow things up. You don't want to do that. And he's all like, don't tell me what to do. And he does it anyways. And he's all like, this is your fault that I was stupid. I don't like that character. But that character is our movie's villain. The primary villain, secondary villain, of course, being Gota and Zool and the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. They're all, fancy villain. But really, this government official, that's the true villain of the story. I think that's what the movie's trying to tell us, is the government officials are the true villains who are trying to kill everyone. Yeah, that's what it seems like. That's just what the movie's saying. Anyways, the mayor has a bit of sense to him once his city is overrun by masses of ghosts. Now, this overrun by masses of ghosts happens to be the sign for which the gatekeeper and the keymaster are united to release Gota. Whatever. So yeah, the plot lines are coming to climax at the same point. So the mayor is like, hey, yeah, I know you arrested them. Bring them to me. They're the only ones who maybe are doing something. Let's get them their gear and send them up to fix it. If they fail, well, we arrest them. If they succeed, well, like Bill Murray said, I will be responsible for saving, thousands of registered voters. So the mayor kind of, brushes away Mr. Environmental Protection, try and destroy New York City official, and is like, let's let the Ghostbusters bust some ghosts. And then they go up and they battle with Gota, and the whole Stay Puft Marshmallow Man is, and it's one of the things I did remember, is the idea is, choose the form of your destruction. And Dan Aykroyd's like, I tried to think of the thing that could never possibly hurt me. The Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Which is essentially the equivalent of like the Pillsbury Doughboy, this only but for marshmallows. It's that kind of character. So a giant Stay Puft Marshmallow Man comes into existence, tramples over the city, and starts climbing up the building that they're on the top of to destroy them. And they like zap it with their proton packs and catches fire. And now there's a giant flaming marshmallow man climbing the building towards them. Not much better. But then they decide, you know what, we could cross the streams. Which at the beginning, when they first used their proton packs and destroyed the hotel, they were told, don't cross the streams, it's bad. Well, now they're like, well, it's bad anyways, let's risk it, maybe it'll work. So they cross the streams. You know what? It works! Great! So, they get rid of the Marshmallow Man and Gota and Zool, and they save the day. They save New York City. They're the heroes, and it's over. But the fact that, you had that big, cool action climax and plot line is cool, but so much of the story is dealing with the political side of things. Hiring an extra person because they're overworked. Figuring out what they're going to do. Pseudoscience. All of that takes up a huge amount of the plot, which is why the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man story is this movie. Because the second movie has the evil painting and the psychic ooze, but that's like the plot for the whole movie. I think. I haven't seen that one probably in about as long since I've seen this one. But I feel like that's a bigger focused plot of what's actually going on. Whereas so much of the time in this movie is spent with the business of being a Ghostbuster. Of that kind of thing. And that's fun. Also, Rick Moranis is in it as a dweeby little neighbor guy, accountant. And he ends up being the keymaster, so he gets to really get into the role. He's great. So it's got definitely some good actors. Nothing necessarily from the main cast, but like some of the background. I mean, it's a movie from 1984, and some of just the background, the hairstyles, the clothing. It's great. So 80s. It's nice. I like it. But otherwise, I don't know. I love Ghostbusters as a kid. I had whatever little toy proton pack or whatever. Busting ghosts. It was fun. It's nothing extraordinary, but it is very much a classic. And with some real legendary comedic actors in it, doing a solid job, an entertaining story. It was fun. 7 out of 10. Good solid rating. Nothing of being, oh, this is one of my favorites. But it's a very reliable film. And I'm gonna call it a night. About got my bed put back together. So I can, have somewhere to sleep. And another week, another movie. The hope is to get to the second one sometime this month as well. Maybe sooner than later. Thank you for joining me. Join me as my journey continues.